history, where we explore Earth's huge past. Today, we ask the question, where did life originate? Well, there are a bunch of theories surrounding this, so let's get right into it. Our first theory is abiogenesis, life from no life. It proposes that organic beings originated from non-living matter in hydrothermal vents. This creates a chemical soup that may have caused a reaction, creating the simplest forms of life. In the last episode, I told you that the Earth was literally hell. So how could life survive in such conditions? Well, Earth only stayed hell until oceans appeared around 200 million years since the Earth's formation. Water is the most important ingredient to life. Without it, life would have never flourished, and also helped cool the Earth down to a relatively comfortable 212 Fahrenheit. Thanks for me. Now this theory is a bit more far off, but it's the most interesting. It suggests that life came from another world and exists throughout the universe. When asteroids or other space dust hit a fertile planet, some of its debris gets ejected back into space, possibly containing life forms. Around 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago, the Earth experienced a late heavy bombardment, possibly indicating that life may have arrived from those asteroids.
Fellow Americans, for the past few months, our citizens have been under attack by a new and deadly force, a fungus that affects the minds of our citizens and causes them to kill other people. Our scientists and police forces have been making efforts to contain and treat the infected, but it's only had a minimal effect. I have also declared an emergency in San Diego City, so I now advise every citizen to stay inside. If we don't act now, this may escalate into a countrywide epidemic. We may possibly deal with hundreds of thousands of deaths. I wouldn't want that on my citizens. I hope we are able to get through this. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. What's wrong, honey? Everything's gonna be okay. There's no need to cry.
Hey, what's up?
You started crying again. At the same time, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, I just don't know how to help you anymore. Are you absolutely sure it's not the...
No, I keep telling you, it's not. I've had it unplugged for weeks now.
I mean, I guess I can come over and help you figure it out. Are you free tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night? You promise you'll actually come over this time? He's still your child too, you know.
I swear to God, Lynn, if this is just an imaginary friend or something, I'm gonna lose it.
What do you mean? Do you realize how young he is?
I think that it'll be so overpopulated that there'll all be wars. All nuclear explosions and everything.
So I just tend to today's chores and let the good Lord worry about tomorrow.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris.
Speed hundreds of telephone calls as well as television programs.
Nothing but enlightening, to say the least. I learned a lot about myself, and my colleagues in this room have learned just as much about me as well. I will never stand down for my base values, no matter how far up the ladder I go. While I may not be the most outspoken type, I protect and serve my city with pride, and I'm grateful to be rewarded as such. Thank you all.
We are currently receiving countless reports of an unidentified hostile organism that we'll refer to as alternates. Until we have a complete understanding of the threat, it's important to stay home, lock all doors and windows, and have access to a loaded firearm or any ranged weapon at all times. You will know if an alternate exists solely based on their physical characteristics. If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. If you see a person that has a biologically impossible characteristic, run away and hide. If one manages to break into your home, refrain from any kind of communication or contact with the threat. These intelligent life forms utilize elements of psychological warfare to take advantage of their victims. While we heavily discourage any form of contact or communication with an alternate, we make exceptions for attempts at executing them yourself.
While at the station, a situation may occur where the local 911 dispatchers run out of operators to handle calls, so they are given to us instead. There are 3, and only 3, scenarios that you will handle with a caller. When a caller needs the police, send available personnel to the address. When the caller has a fire-related emergency, contact our neighboring fire department with the address and a brief description of the event. When the caller has a medical emergency, immediately contact the Mandela Community Hospital. Here at the Mandela County Police Department, we thank you for viewing this instruction.
me in, Mark. I have a gift for you. I have a present. I have a surprise. I will not hurt you.
You fucking bastard!
And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. Night fell upon them in an instant, and all the color was drained from the world. An angel appeared to them, and they were terrified. The angel fooled them, just like he planned. But there was more work to be done.
It does not need to be that way. You are not the first. There are so many more. Nothing has been done yet. He has a lot of convincing to do. Until then, trust nobody. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
Where am I?
What do you mean? You're in my home. You've been here for a while.
He's here.
What?
I know his presence.
Who's he? Everybody left town. It's just you and me. Just what I prayed for. Look at me. What's wrong?
Please, no. Are you there?
Metaphysical awareness disorder is a fatal mental illness that has been making a sudden return in recent months. MAD is a result of exposure to verbal information that is not desired to be known. The rate of death by suicides in patients diagnosed with MAD is 97%, but don't worry. The remaining 3% makes it worth trying to reverse the delusion. Avoiding the root causes of metaphysical awareness disorder development is the first step to being safe. First, avoid excessively frequent religious practices. Avoid unnecessary beliefs and philosophical implications. Last but not least, looking after your loved ones is a key factor for maintaining mental stability.